Hello, can everybody hear me? Thumbs up. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Um, Hello and good morning to those of us that are in attendance to this meeting and those that will be seeing this at a later time. This is a special meeting for the Ridge and Southwood Board of Directors. And with this special meeting, we're going to be time constrained. So just bear with us as we get through this process. This meeting is being called to order at 11:30. We are broadcasting on Zoom to make the meeting available due to in-person restrictions. We are muting all participants and will unmute for talking time. Please note we are time limited with the Zoom meeting to last no more than 40 minutes. It will shut us off automatically. This meeting is being recorded and will be published after the holiday weekend. Due to COVID-19 virus and in-person meeting restrictions, we were elected and were unable to determine positions right after the election. So that the primary reason we called this special meeting is to have a brief homeowner session at the end of the business that must be taken care of today. Just want to give a few notes to some of the things that we are currently working with. The limited time restraints, as we know that the 4th of July holiday is this Saturday. The federal holiday means that if it falls on a Saturday, that holiday is celebrated on the Friday preceding that holiday. And if it falls on a Sunday, then it'll be the holiday is celebrated after on a Sunday. It falls the day after. So in order for us not to impede on anybody's holiday and time off, and due to the fact that myself, I'll be going to work here shortly after the meeting, this was the best time for us to get this meeting done. As you know, Friday was our official notice that we were in the positions, and Monday gave us 3 days to set up the time limit that we needed to get the board and to have a meeting for today. I'd like to do a roll call at this time. I, Donald Rickson, currently do not hold a position, but as an elected member of the board of directors.
I, Sean Marco, do not hold a position, but I'm a member of the board of directors.
Hi, I'm Jenny Kalin, and I do not hold a position, but I am a member of the board of directors.
Says the host isn't allowing to. There it goes. Hi, I'm Amanda O'Boy. I do not currently hold a position, but I am a member of the board of directors.
Okay, if we had just received financials and meeting notes, can anybody hear me? Am I okay? All right, as we just received financials and meeting notes, we will not be approving either at today's meeting, but at a regular scheduled meeting that will be set for the 21st of July at 6:30 p.m. Today's agenda will focus solely on positions and the time for homeowners' comments. At this time, I'm asking that if any board of director members have any changes to today's proposed agenda, please say so now.
I approve of today's agenda.
I approve today's agenda.
I approve of today's agenda. The
I
agenda
also approve
has,
of today's agenda.
okay, as all members just approved of today's agenda, I do approve of today's agenda, and the agenda is approved. Let's move on to the positions of the board members. Would anyone like to go first?
I'll go. I move that we elect Donald Ricks as president of the board of directors for the Ridge at Southwood HOA.
Thank you.
I second that.
Okay. Is there anybody else? All right. All in favor say A, and against say nay. Hearing no nays, myself, Donald Ricks, has been elected as president of the board of directors of the Ridge at Southwood HOA. Next, we have the vice president position. Okay, I move for the selection of Sean Marco as vice president of the board of directors for the Ridge at Southwood HOA.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor say A, all against say nay. Hearing no nays, Sean Marco has been elected as vice president of the board of directors of the Ridge at Southwood HOA. All right, next we have the secretary.
I move that we elect Amanda O'Boy as secretary. Oh, wait, of treasurer. Sorry. Can we go with treasurer? I move that we select Amanda O'Boy as treasurer of the Ridge of Southwood HOA.
Okay. Anybody else selects Amanda as the treasurer at the Ridge of Southwood HOA? Okay.
I second it.
Okay. I second that as well. Okay. All right. So we have elected Amanda O'Boy as the treasurer of the board of directors for the Ridge at Southwood HOA. All in favor say A. All against say nay. Hearing no nays, Amanda O'Boy has been elected treasurer of the board of directors for the Ridge at Southwood HOA. All right, next we're going to move into the position of the secretary.
I would like to nominate, or is it Jenny Ann? Is that we're saying your full name? Jenny Ann for secretary.
I like to second that. All in favor say A. All against say nay. Hearing no nays, Jenny has been elected secretary of the board of directors of the Ridge at Southwood HOA. Okay. To recap, we now have the following board of directors members and their positions. Myself, Donald Ricks as the president, Sean Marco as vice president, Jenny as the secretary, and Amanda as the treasurer. It is the business that we need to take care of today, and we now turn the meeting over to homeowner comments. Homeowners, please note that we will not be taking new business today, but we'll consider your comments and possibly adding a discussion about them on our July 21st regular meeting agenda. Jenny, will you unmute all calls, all persons that are on call, and have their hands raised to speak one at a time with a time of 2 minutes each. Homeowners, please state your name and address before you comment.
I'm not seeing that any hands are raised. Did anybody want to make a comment? You can unmute yourselves if you would like. Tony, I see that your hand's raised, so I've unmuted you. If you'll start with your name and your address, that would
Yes.
be great. Thanks.
Tony Smith, 20036 19th Avenue East. So, Ridget Southwood. And I have an ongoing issue at this time, and it is time sensitive. So I just want to make sure that the board is aware of that, because I certainly am. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Tony.
I'm not seeing any other hands up. Does anybody want to make a comment? Thanks, Paul. Donald, I'm seeing no other comments. Do you want to wrap it up?
Okay, so I wanted to give a quick elevator speech. Unfortunately, there's been a very short amount of time for us to get together. Friday, then the weekend, and now we have our first meeting where we have solidified our positions. One of the things I wanted to tell everybody here is I've been a member of this community since 2013. I have 2 children and married. And one of the reasons why I ran for this position is that I felt as if there was a lot of voices that were not being heard. And what I don't want to do is repeat that same thing over again. So I want to make myself available to you. There are a process that we had to go through as far as making complaints, formalizing those things. But given just a little bit more time, we're going to fix those issues that we currently have. The things that I want to see within our community, for those of y'all that's been here for some time already, is that we have such a great family resource here. This used to be the jewel. This used to be the place that other communities used to talk about. This used to be the shiny gem during the holidays. Folks used to rave about coming through here during Halloween, where their families would come in because they noticed that how well we are put together as a community. And I don't want to lose that one. We have a lot of children within this community. They don't have opportunity to get onto the HOA board meetings and to have a voice. One of the things I'm always about the families and those children that are here in our communities. Let's understand that they are going to be children, and they have just as much of a stakeholder here as anybody else. The closing notes that I did put together are just an overview of what we would like to do in the future. Always keeping the members here abreast about what changes that are coming about and how to fix those communication issues that we have. We understand that not everybody dives into Zoom at any discriminate time throughout the week or throughout the day. So we want to make sure that we have an opportunity to give those folks that don't utilize the powers of technology at their disposal, but sometimes just like to have a face-to-face chat. Of course, we had COVID-19 that prohibits a lot of that, but we can exercise social distancing while making sure that their concerns are heard. This is just the beginning. We went from one day, and then we got past our first day. Went from 1 week, and then we're going to go past our first week, and then we're going to go past our next month, and then hopefully when it's time for re-elections to come back around, we'll surpass 1 year. We're novice that are starting off at a very unique position right after the old board has relinquished their power over to us. So work with us as we work with you. Everybody here in our community has the power to make change. This is something that was definitely put into action just a few weeks ago, and it is something that we should champion. But with that being said, that power is also vested in you to make those decisions. We could solve just about everything that we have. We could talk to our neighbors and we could put together things and solutions to make this a great place to live. As I close this meeting, I want to give focus on those families that are impacted by the pandemic. Some folks are being hit at different levels of financial and other levels that it may force them to expand the amount of personnel that are living in their house. What we don't want to do is to push those individuals away. I understand that we have some issues that have come about with most of the houses here being 4 up to 5 bedrooms, and some of those families that have to consolidate have added additional cars and things like that to the community. Just keep in mind, I am a neighbor just like everybody else here, and I do believe that families first, communities will always come together if we focus on that. If there's anybody else that has anything else that they would like to add, go ahead and add it at this time. Okay, any last minute questions? Okay, so I'm going to adjourn and close out this meeting. And thank you for your participation.
What time? Say the time. Adjourn this
The
meeting.
time that we're adjourning this meeting is 11:47 a.m.